Picture this. You're at the gig, ready to rock. They've done the big intro, whatever. You roll the volume control up. And we've got this killer pre-pickup Cirrus J here that needs a volume pot replaced. So let's get it out. Here's what we have. An attenuator, which is really what a volume control is in a passive electric guitar circuit. Then we've got our low pass filter, which is our tone control. So we got to get this guy out. So got my iron nice and hot in it, a little bit with some solder. Heat this up, pull the ground connection, pull the string ground, input to the volume control, our jumper for our tone control, and the overall output. Boom. Disconnected. So let's get this thing off here. You'll notice we don't have a ground wire because we use the plate itself. We use 500K pots in this particular model. But Brian, how can you tell it's a 500K pot? I'm glad you asked. So here's what it is. We can either find a little stamp on the very bottom of the casing that says 500K, and that's in ohms, by the way, or we can use a multimeter. I'm going to clip off to the outside two lugs. And you'll notice right here, I'm showing 0.4649 meg, which is roughly 465K, give or take. Now, if I used the middle lug, I still get that same reading, but as I turn it down, I'm going to end up with less and less until I get all the way down to nothing. A tone pot and a volume pot is really the same component. It's just how we use it within the circuit. To turn this thing into an attenuator or a volume control, I'm going to take lug 3 right here. I'm going to bend it over so that it touches the case. That's going to ground or shunt our signal so that as we turn it down, we have less and less and less until we have nothing. I'm going to solder that to the back of the case. So there we go. Our little lug soldered to the back of the case. I'll stack one nut and a star washer up through the bottom. We don't use a dress washer. Tighten that up so that it lines up just like that right there. I'm going to tin these two lugs right here so I can reconnect all the stuff that I took off a little bit ago. To get that braided stuff in our string ground to stick to the back of the pot, what I'll do is I'm going to melt some solder and I'm going to create a puddle. I'll be able to tell that it melted on whenever the puddle flows onto the back of the pot. I'll do the same thing for the string ground. Boom. Let's check it out. That's what we like. That's how you change out a volume pot.